Hi, I'm Dr. Kate over at Seppo Chiropractic. Today I'm here to bring you February's Healthy Habit Challenge of the month, which is healthy eating. And when you talk about healthy eating, there are a million different types of diets and fad diets and different plans and ways that people tell you that you should eat. But overall, we have a philosophy, it's actually Michael Pollan's philosophy, if you've ever watched his documentary, but it's eat real food, not too much, mostly plants. And that's a philosophy that we have really adapted in our lifestyle as far as creating a well-balanced, sustainable diet, because a lot of these fad diets are quick fixes to lose weight, but overall are not the healthiest and most sustainable form for your body. And really what's gonna benefit you most in the long run is creating a rhythm of healthy choices daily. Not something that you hate, it has to be enjoyable. You have to like what you're eating because there is such a cultural and emotional aspect to eating the food that you do, to spending time with your loved ones, for the history of what your mom and your grandmother made you in the kitchen. So what you eat really does have to be nutritionally dense, but also emotionally and spiritually and culturally satisfying to you as well. And so today I just kind of want to share with you a little bit about what we do in our house, how we make that work for us, and how we stay feeling really good, but also eating and fueling our bodies appropriately. So you'll hear us talk a lot about fruits and vegetables because they really are the source of all the phytonutrients, the micronutrients, every vitamin and mineral that you need comes from plants. And that is what your body uses to be able to create all of these different functions that your body has to do every day. There's a really big word called bioavailability. And what that means is when you eat plant food, your body recognizes that as an amazing source of nutrients for you, and you're able to use a ton of the nutrients from that particular plant. A lot of times we go to the grocery store and we'll pick up things that look like food but really are not food. We call them food-like products. They are the packaged goods that look like they have the essential vitamins and minerals, but ultimately they were created in a factory or in a laboratory, and your body doesn't recognize them as a whole food. Even the vitamins and supplements can be really helpful if you're suffering from a deficiency, but your body doesn't always able to absorb the amount of nutrients that is in a vitamin if it's not created as a whole food product. So the best way to get all of your nutrition is from whole plant foods. Not saying that's the only thing you can ever eat, but that is really where the majority of your calories and the majority of your nutrition should come from. And one of the ways we like to do this in our house is not to limit what we eat, but to add things to our diet, right? We never want to have a restrictive mindset when it comes to food. We want everything we do in life to be about the abundance that we can experience. And if you eat an abundance of good food, that leads to an abundance of good health, an abundance of vibrancy that flows from the inside out. And so we structure all of our meals, all of our snacks around whole plant foods. And by no means, like I said, is it the only thing we eat, but it is the majority of what we eat. And they can taste and be a lot more creative and delicious than you probably think they can be. But I know it's hard to read because I wrote really small. I got very excited and gave a ton of different options of different ways that you can kind of take something that you're already eating and add nutrition to it. A really basic step is to keep all of your meals the same, but simply add a piece of fruit for breakfast, add a salad for lunch, and a side of vegetables for dinner. That way you're literally changing nothing else. And as you go, your body is actually gonna start to crave more nutrient-dense food as you go. It's one of the best effects of eating a lot of fruits and veggies is you tend to crave more of them. And even this morning, I'll share with you my breakfast. Kind of a routine in our house is I love to eat fruit for breakfast. A lot of reasons go into this, but if you look at food combining, fruit is definitely best eaten on an empty stomach. It just digests a little bit better. And after you wake up in the morning and you've fasted from the day before, you're breaking your fast with breakfast. It is a really, really water-dense food. So it's extremely hydrating for your body, which is one of the things that we tend to not do when we wake up in the morning is drink enough water. So you can kind of help offset that by eating water-rich foods, but it also has a lot of simple sugars that give me a good boost of energy for right when I wake up in the morning. And the other thing that I like to do is if it's gonna be a long time from breakfast till lunch, I added almonds today. I will add any source of fat. Sometimes I do avocados, sometimes I do cashews, pistachios. Today was almonds. And what the higher fat content can do is slow the absorption of sugar, and it just keeps your energy more stable, keeps you fuller for longer, and also keeps that sustainable energy for all the way from breakfast through till lunch. But I'll just kind of run you also through the list that I have here. Smoothies are another really great way to get that nutrition in the morning. You can add in kale or spinach and not even taste it. I've actually tricked my nieces and nephews with that. You can do bananas and peanut butter if you're not a fan of plain fruit and nut mix like I am. You can do an apple or banana with peanut butter. Another great one is soups loaded with vegetables, especially this time of year. We're just coming off the snowpocalypse from Michigan. We ate so much soup just to stay warm, and it's just, again, another really great way to get a ton of vegetables in. We also love to do stir fries. You can do cauliflower rice as an added extra vegetable, but cauliflower rice with a ton of veggies, super delicious. If you're gonna have a sandwich for lunch, add as many vegetables as you like on there. Spinach, tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, all are great options. Another thing we've done too is we'll make homemade pizzas and we'll just load the vegetables on there. This might sound strange, but I love like kale and butternut squash on my pizza. I think it's a great combination. Banana ice cream. I say ice cream because the whole base is bananas, not milk. Just freeze some overripe bananas, put them in the food processor with some vanilla. You have a delicious ice cream. I'm also adding a salad a day. That's kind of a rule in our house. We usually have one salad a day, whether it's with lunch or dinner. And the last one is homemade veggie fries or chips. We love to cut up like zucchinis or sweet potatoes, especially sweet potatoes, and just bake them in an oven with a little bit of olive oil and salt for 20 to 30 minutes. And it just makes a really nice, crunchy, healthy, whole food snack for you. I hope these gave you enough options. I hope you feel inspired to get creative in the kitchen, to not feel bored with just plain fruits and vegetables. As much as I love them, I know it can get boring. So be creative in the kitchen, experiment, and no matter what diet you're on, always add more fruits and vegetables. You will feel better overall, and your health will truly thank you. Look forward to having you join us on this challenge, and have a great February.